The title of this video could be, hi, my name is John and IDGAF, but it's actually untitled. What we've seen in the last week, I don't know what your news feed looks like, but mine has a lot of people who are smart and aware, do research, read the research of other people. And what we've seen in the last week is the discovery of a coup and a counter coup. Only a few of you are gonna see this and share it, and I'm being vague enough that it's okay to say this. The counter coup knew about the coup before the coup was able to do too much of its cooing. There's a lot of alphabet soup. There's a lot of alphabets. There's a lot of alphabet groups in the soups. And everybody takes sides. Everybody takes sides. You take sides too. Whether you have no idea what I'm talking about at all, or you're on the left or the right, or you think everything you hear is real if somebody in a position of authority says so in our society. Position of power in our society. Then this video, if you already got it figured out, I got it figured out. I got it figured out, and in vague terms, I just told you what's going on. But before the storm, or in the calm before the storm, right? It's like when it's like nothing. It's like The Dark Knight Rises. You ever seen that movie? The Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. They started a fire. They started many. So let me tell you something else, just going forward, about different types of people. And I speak from great experience with many types of people that neither you or I would want to know. You know, losers, shaggy people with big beards like me, you know. Alright, so was person Z depressed? No. If you've ever met anyone with depression, they're unmotivated. They're certainly not cold calculating people, you know. They're just, you know, they're like sad, you know. They don't, you know, they just want people to be nice. And people aren't very nice, they're, you know, I mean, be real, they're not. You're probably not either. I'm pretty nice. I'd love to be nice, but people enjoy withholding things from each other, you know. Like if they can withhold approval, they will. Or, you know, your promotion, your boss, you know, he's going to decide your future, so you can't give him too much crap. You can't go over his head. So that kind of, you know, that's everyone's life. Everyone's under somebody's thumb. So, alright, so there's your depressed people. They're sad and they're unlikely to harm anyone. Your drug addicts, they've been drug addicts for a long time. They're probably, they have a routine, and they're not likely, you know, they'll do petty crime. You know, they might beef with their dealer or with other druggies, but you know, you don't want them for neighbors. You don't want to live in a town where that's like a big thing, or a city at all. You don't want to live in a city. You want to move out of the city. That would be a good idea. People who do like a drug like flakka, you know, or bath salts, basically like, you know, you're complete idiots. What do? You know, they are resorted to a primitive, you know, the reptile brain, their higher brain is shut off, and their reptilian brain is you know, just scrambled, you know, so they're scrambled eggs walking. They may as well be like having a nightmare, and they're the nightmare in their dream, but they're also like IQ 0 or IQ 2. They have an IQ of 2. I'd love to see an IQ test of someone on flakka, you know, if they get a 5, if they have the IQ of 5, you know, 80 is slightly challenged. If they have an IQ of 5 on those drugs, I'd be shocked. That's a good study. Sociologists go study the IQ of people on drugs, when they're on them and when they're not on them. That would be a good idea. Add that into the bell curve. Call it the circle curve, because a bell is really half a circle. That's why it resonates and rings when it dings. Alright, what else do we have? Political people. Political people. Okay. So, they're on the right, they're on the left. You know, on the right we have we had the Tea Party back years ago. Now we have Antifa, and, you know, well, let's add religion too. We have different religions, and they're all, you know, every subgroup seems a little bit upset, at least based on the media. So people are inherently mild, you know. They might bitch. I mean, I don't want to swear. That's not a swear. That might be a female dog, right? But they're not, you know, if they're gonna do bad things, it's for their self-interest, you know. They go rob a bank, you know, they hurt somebody really bad, but it's like somebody they don't like, you know. It's basic common sense. So the amount, like, for how much we say, we here on Earth say Group X is evil, and Group X says Group Y is evil, and Y says Groups A, B, C, and X, Y, Z are all just awful. They're just mean. Oh, I can't stand them. Just because they're in groups A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Totally ridiculous, you know. Like, that's fine though, fine. You don't like them, whatever. That's cool. I don't like lots of people, you know. But okay, so let's take Antifa for example. They're like, groups C, D, E, F, G are bad, and they stand for ABC, and I do not like ABC, so I'm going to use A against these groups I don't like. They'll be there, and then the groups that are there will be deprived of A because of my brave actions. No, it's not. We don't live in a tyranny of the masses, so that's a fail. Basically, people are not as evil. They're like, their evil is weak, you know? Like, people who are really smart could think of much better things, like much more good that you could do. You could do so much good, and you could do so much bad, and it's not done. because people aren't that smart. No, that's not true. There are plenty of smart people. They're not that good or evil. You understand? They don't have enough of the force in them, the vital stuff. They don't have enough of that, and that substance, that thing, that life force is life force. It's the force of life. And even if it's amoral, it's not going to lend itself to acts of evil. So, in my continuously vague way, you'd have to listen to this like 5 times and write things down to even begin to really understand what I'm saying. Maybe, or maybe you understand it and it's simple and I'm an idiot. And this has been a total waste of your time. I don't know. That's up for you to decide. But the only way... Alright, so now enter like bad, bad people that like they would do more bad if it was in their self-interest. If they got paid, or if they got like hookers, or whatever it is they want. You can incentivize people to do anything. But yeah, the first minute of this was probably all I needed to do.